Hi everyone, and thanks for joining us on another episode for the Elm Sports Network. I'm Andrew Chirico, and we have another spring sports preview to bring everyone. And that being said, I'm now joined by the softball head coach, Lacey Lister. Coach, thanks a lot for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
The team, last weekend went to North Carolina. You played 4 games, went 1-3. Overall, what you guys learned with the team in the first couple games? What stood out? What could be improved?
Well, certainly I think that I didn't realize how young we were, and so we learned that. I think it was really good for us to get out early in the season to be able to figure out the holes that we need to fix and just all of our things. I felt like we didn't have the best showing that we wanted to have, but we realized real quick what we got to get better at, and all the things that we need to get better at are fixable. So that was good. Great.
Off that last comment you said with the young team, 13 underclassmen out of your 18-man roster. That's a pretty crazy statistic for the lineup-wise if you think about it. How can the young team perform?
Well, we have a lot of learning to do. We've got three great seniors who have been a part of our championship team, 3 years ago. And they've been really trying to bring the team along under their leadership, and we've got 2 juniors who have been with us for a while too. So there's 5 of them, which is they're actually undermanned, I guess you could say. But our sophomore class and our freshman class both, even though they're young, they're a hard-working group, and so we kind of take that hard work and we just keep getting better every day. And that's been our motto. Is just we have the today for May, and we also have we got to work hard every day to get better.
Yeah, I've seen you guys in preseason weight room sessions. The team's definitely working hard. Now let's go over to pitching wise. Statistically, you guys bring 38 1/3 innings back from last year out of the total innings. How would you preview the young pitching depth, and what are the expectations for the experience on the mound?
Well, it's interesting because as I look at this group, even though they are young, especially that sophomore class, I look at Taylor, who has most of those innings of that 38.1, and I look at her last year and think, gosh, it seemed like she threw so much more than she did, but she's really matured as a pitcher, both, mentally and physically. And then we've got, Millie, who didn't get a lot of time last year, but certainly worked hard in the off season, and she's been working really hard now. And I can see her maturity level growing, and physically she's really gotten stronger. And then we've got the 2 freshmen who I think freshman year is good because they don't usually know, so they just throw, and that's what you want them to do. It's usually the sophomores you have to worry about. So, but no, I think that both our freshman pitchers have pitched in high-level travel competition and high school competition, and I think that's going to be a big asset to them as they step on the mound. With Millie and Tay kind of leading them, they're a really good group. They work really hard with each other, and they help each other, so that's awesome.
It's definitely good to have that bond between the pitching squad.
For sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's wrap it up here, Coach. What are the goals and expectations for the season?
Well, our biggest goal is to get back to the conference tournament. We went 4 years in a row and missed out last year, and that was a real bummer. And so, I know that our upperclassmen are very hungry to get back there because they've experienced that, and then we've got the young group who hasn't experienced it yet, and so we're trying to really, push them towards that. But that's our biggest goal, is to get back to the tournament and then take care of business from there. And certainly, winning another conference championship is our ultimate goal. And I think our smaller goals are to just get better every day, give the most effort that we can every day, and just be a team. So.
Great. Coach, thank you a lot for coming down and joining us. We look forward to following you guys throughout the season.
Thank you.
Now joined by senior Paige Brigante. Paige, thanks for coming down and joining us.
No problem.
So, last weekend in North Carolina, you had a very solid performance, and you were awarded the Centennial Conference Player of the Week. How did it feel?
It was a really nice honor to have been considered. There are a lot of great players in our conference, so to be compared with them is really nice. Personally, I think I would have given up that honor if we had gotten more wins, but it was really nice to be recognized.
Awesome. It's a very humble thing to say.
Thank you.
Let's look over to the team motto. I've always seen you guys in the weight room, and shirts on the back say, today for May. You know, how would you describe the team motto? How does it like drive you guys to perform every day?
Well, the motto comes from, with our season, we start very early in the fall, and we don't really see the payoff until we get into March, when we start playing. So it can be hard as a team to like really work for months on end without any results. So the motto was really to show like, hey, you know, the work that we're doing today, like the two, is really going to pay off in May when we get to a conference tournament. So that's where it came from. And yeah, it's been a big driving force in us. I mean, it's hard to get up every day at 7 or 6 in the morning to go lift, and it can get really tiring to go to practices every day because, you know, you have classes and a lot going on. So yeah, I think the slogan really represents us working really hard and, you know, putting anything going on right now in perspective for when we get to May, and we're doing really well.
Yeah, it's really catchy too, by the way. It's a good one. So let's look over to the Centennial Conference and the tournament. You know, you're a senior, you've been through it. What does the team have to do to execute in conference play to get to the tournament?
I think, well, tangible stuff that's on the field is not always as controllable. I think what's really controllable is our experience. And I think that's really, we have a lot of like fresh faces on our team this year. Who I'm sure are really eager to prove themselves, and I think our games on Tuesday, our games in Florida, are going to be really great to get girls that haven't really been playing much since they started in college. Really good to get them a lot of experience and a lot more games under their belt. And then you need players like Clare and I who can, you know, show these young players how we win and how to be successful at this stage.
All right, Paige, thanks for coming down and joining us, and good luck with the remainder of the season.
Thank you, and thanks for having me.
Finally, we're joined by the senior captain, Clare Hofstedt. Clare, thanks for coming down and joining us.
Thank you.
So last season, if you look back, you were awarded 2015 All-Centennial Conference. How can you improve from that, you know, high reward?
Well, I'm trying to become more dynamic at the plate and kind of add a few new tools to my slapping. Obviously, I can always improve on fielding, so I'm just continually working hard and seeing how I can improve the little things in my game.
Awesome. Now, you are the captain for the team. How have you embraced the leadership role, and what's it mean to you to have that position on the team?
Well, it's definitely a huge honor. It's a lot different from last year, being one of 4 and now being the only one, but my team is just really awesome, so they make it really easy for me. It's not really difficult, so yeah. All
right, let's wrap it up here. Long career for the softball program. How do you want to finish?
Well, we definitely want to win the conference this year. Paige, Trish, and I, we won it our freshman year, so we want to end it by winning it again our senior year. That would be like the best ending. Obviously, from there we would want to go further, but that's the first goal, is to win the conference.
All right, great. Clare, thanks for coming down and joining us. Good luck with the remainder of the season.